When I think about the Indian season, I think about this right here. Gone too soon. Now, there's also Corey-Kluber there. And I admit the unraveling of Corey-Kluber is one of the strangest things I have seen in baseball for quite a while. Corey-Kluber, who probably will win the Cy Young Award, Corey-Kluber, who in his last 9 starts allowed 2 or fewer runs, never more than 2 runs in any of his last 9 starts. Corey-Kluber, who after June 1st was 16-2 with a 1.64 earned run average. This Corey-Kluber couldn't get out of the 3rd inning in 1 start and couldn't get out of the 4th inning in another. And of course, there was all these weird things about the rotation. I just kept wondering, is there something wrong with him? The Indians said, well, no, not really. Then they said his arm slot was off, you know, which sounds sort of painful. You hate when your arm's in the wrong slot. But what they really meant is instead of actually throwing more overhand, it was coming sidearm, the ball was flattening out. I don't know anything, and I also know this about injuries. A lot of times they don't tell us, the teams, what exactly is going on. And if the player doesn't want to tell us, and Corey-Kluber, frankly, you could cut off his right arm and he wouldn't admit that it was gone, so you can't go anything he says. There was something wrong with Corey-Kluber, and I think it was more than the arm slot. There's sometimes a thing I say in life, and it's an old Jewish proverb of which I wish I knew my Yiddish better, but I don't. But the translation is accurate but not true. Accurate but not true. In other words, it's accurate that Corey's arm slot was messed up. He wasn't throwing the ball the same way. His stuff was flattening out. In other words, instead of sinking, it was, you know, right up there with the words "hit me" on it. For example, one of the home runs that he gave up to Didi Gregorios, one of the balls that Didi hit out was a curveball. It was only the 2nd time all year one of his curveballs was hit for a home run. That tells you something right there. So I just wonder if maybe his back was bothering him or something was bothering Corey that led to him maybe just changing his delivery slightly and having some trouble there. So I will be curious to see. My guess is until next spring we won't get a full answer on the Corey-Kluber. But that is just one of the oddest things there. And of course you saw the Indians in the last 3 games. They made 7 errors and scored only 5 runs. You cannot play 3 games making more errors than runs you scored and expect to win any of them. So that was another tough thing too. And as you know, basically it's like it was gone too soon because I was really looking forward to this week. I admit when I was in Houston covering the Browns, my plan was the Indians and Astros are supposed to be playing down in Houston the next 3 days. And I thought this will be great, be able to go to these games. And actually, I really like the Astros. If I had to pick a winner in that series, it would have been the Astros. But so, you know, it was gone too soon. And it was a really good year, but I have to admit, this thing with Corey-Kluber, I think it's going to be kind of a question that hangs over till spring training. And my guess is at some point we'll find out something was a little sore, and he's probably feeling fine for 2018. But it was the mystery of the 2017 playoffs.